Khalil Gibran said, "Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars," meaning suffering actually has always been an indispensable imperative and mandatory reality and condition governing not only life itself, but is also highly responsible for the creation of great, powerful, and strong and obviously prosperous men in the world, and in also influencing their characters, perceptions, and understandings, and in obviously improving and enhancing their actions in one way or another by preventing extremism and radicalization of emotion, anger, arrogance, aggression, etc. And that means suffering has always had its own distinction, position, importance, and significance, not only in the determination of life itself, but also in the creation of great, powerful, courageous, significant, and meaningful man in the world that equally created and produced things and theories that changed the whole landscape of the planet and the trajectory of literature, science, philosophy, technology, and so on and so forth. So suffering is a must-have if we are to become great, courageous, powerful, confident, and so on and so forth. So without suffering, there is no substantial meaning, worth, or significance in or to life itself, because life is already inherently meaningless. Life is hollow and bottomless at its core, and that means life has no bottom. So when there is suffering, there is also the opportunity and the chance for us that we can readily use to engage in actions that are meaningful, worthy, and significant, and that can also provide us in turn with meaning, significance, worth, and substance, and we also become something, if not nothing, out of the whole process of suffering, and by surviving and also by being sorrowful, sad, we obviously are able to become deep, attain depth and character in ourselves that maybe or may not be there. So suffering has always been considered an imperative and a mandatory condition for the creation and the acquisition of moral and virtuous qualities such as character, good intention, integrity, understanding, kindness, compassion, benevolence, generosity, etc. All of these conditions and qualities are closely linked to and tied with suffering itself. Without suffering, there is no depth in anyone, although they may have a lot of knowledge, money, wealth, or resources. But without suffering, the person becomes and remains hollow, empty in one way or another. So